Jimmy's been texting the girl that he likes. He notices one day that he's been left on red for 3 days. Oh no, I hope she still likes me. Jimmy then texts her, "Hello, is everything okay? You've been ignoring my messages. Did I do anything wrong?" A month later, she still hasn't replied, so Jimmy goes and looks at her Instagram story. He sees that she's with somebody else? Alexander. Alexander is the type of guy that women just cannot stop thinking about. While Jimmy spends all his time playing video games and fantasizing about the girl that he likes, Alexander spends his time going to the gym. Alexander spends his time reading books. While Jimmy is super anxious and nervous around women, Alexander is calm, collected, and confident. More importantly, Jimmy makes chasing women the focus of his life, while Alexander makes chasing success the focus of his life. This morning, I was thinking about what to make a video on, and I started asking myself the question of why do so many young men actually struggle with their dating lives? Right? Like, you would think hundreds of years ago, right? No one was watching self-improvement videos. Well, obviously because videos weren't a thing, but no one was reading self-improvement books or really doing all this stuff. People would just go out in the world, find a girlfriend, marry the girl they like, and it was happily ever after. But now you see divorce rates are super high. A lot of men are struggling with women. There's a lot of people that have confidence issues. But what's the reason for all this? And the short answer is that there's a lot of different reasons. There's so many different things I could point to. But one thing that I believe has really warped young men's perception on dating and made them go about it in the wrong way is movies. For example, I think of the movie Transformers, for example. You see the confident, athletic guy is dating, the good-looking girl, and then, he starts being rude to her, and then the nerd comes out of nowhere, and he approaches her, and he's acting all weird, but then the girl falls in love with the nerd, and then the movie ends happily ever after. But it doesn't really work this way in real life. Now, don't get me wrong, of course you shouldn't be an asshole, you shouldn't be rude, you should absolutely be a kind person, be a gentleman. But the common misconception that so many movies and all these things give is that the more you obsess over the girl you like and the harder you try, the more things you do, the more likely she's going to fall in love with you. But really think about all those times where you were completely obsessive over the girl that you like, where you were texting her all the time, blowing up her phone, telling her how much you like her. Did those ever really work out? So here is what you should do instead. Number 1, focus on chasing your purpose, not women. Think about what we talked about earlier with Jimmy and Alexander. Jimmy makes chasing women the focus of his life, while Alexander makes chasing his purpose the focus of his life. Because the reality is that when you focus all of your time and energy on chasing women, on approaching girls, on texting girls, you're not going to have any more time to put into yourself. Now, obviously, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't approach women, that you shouldn't put effort into your dating, because of course, you have to put in effort. As a man, you have to be the one to approach the girl you like. You have to be the one to make the first move. But where a lot of guys mess up is that a lot of guys think the more I obsess over her and the more I show her that I like her, the more likely she is to like me back. When in reality, the girl wants the guy who's focused on his purpose, who's focused on leveling up, who's in good shape, who's going to the gym, who's being productive, who's on an upwards trajectory in life. They don't want the guy who's obsessed with chasing girls and not obsessed with becoming his best self. So simply what you should do is focus your time and energy on going to the gym, on improving yourself, and make leveling up the focus of your life. Because also, when you make getting a girl the focus of your life, you start to feel bad when that girl doesn't like you back. But when you make your focus in life to become your best self, that is something that you have complete control over. And when you've been focusing on the right things, when you've been putting in work, when you've been going to the gym and training hard and becoming your best self, you will have such better self-esteem, which will then improve every single aspect of your life. Because something you must understand is that you attract the type of person that you are. So you must focus on becoming your best self. Step 2 is to focus on quality time instead of quantity of time. So many guys have the misconception that, the more I text her, the more that she'll be into me. But that's completely wrong. Now, obviously, don't be an idiot and take this too extreme and be like, that one YouTuber said in his video that I should, not put so much time into her, so I'm gonna leave her on red for 3 days. Don't be an idiot about it. You know what I mean, bro? But instead of being the guy who spends all day texting the girl that he likes, who asks her to hang out every single day of the week, be the guy who in his free time is focused on himself, and then spend 1 to 2 days a week with her. Instead of trying to get to know her over the phone, texting her all the time, just focus on getting her on a date. Use texting, use the phone to set up a date, and then once you get her on a date, that's when you get to know her. You don't want to tell the girl your whole life story over text. And then when you're with the girl you like, be extremely present, be a gentleman, and put all of your attention into being the best version of yourself that you can be for her. Because I'm not saying that you shouldn't be a gentleman or you should be an alpha male, me no text women, me focus, That's not what I'm saying. Be the guy whose main focus in life is leveling up his purpose, but still be a gentleman and still put good effort into your relationship. Now, the last and final step is to choose a woman who chooses you. So many guys are chasing after girls who don't really like them. A girl will leave them on red and then they'll go, oh, did I do anything wrong? And then they'll be thinking about it like all the time. They can't move on from that. But instead of being the guy who obsesses over girls who don't even like him, wait for the right girl. Wait for the girl who actually wants to be with you. Because really think about it. Would that best version of you be settling for a girl and putting effort into a girl who doesn't respect him, who doesn't want to be with him? No, of course not. The best version of you would never do that. The best version of you would have the mentality that I'm going to put effort into this girl. I'm going to be my best self. And if she likes me for who I am, that's great, because that's ultimately what I want. But if she's not putting effort into me, then goodbye. If she doesn't want to be with me, then, no worries. I'm not going to be rude to her, but I'm just going to move on. And I'm going to go find someone who actually wants to be with me. Because if you want to find the right girl for you, you have to set high standards. You have to set the bar high. Because in my opinion, it's much worse to chase after a girl who doesn't like you and somehow end up getting her. And now you're, okay, congratulations, you have a girl who doesn't really like you. That's much worse than just waiting for the right girl. Waiting for the girl who also puts effort into you, who doesn't make you question whether or not she likes you, who doesn't leave you on red for multiple days, who doesn't go, oh, maybe I could hang out, maybe I can. No. She makes it easy to make plans. So wait for that right girl, because that feeling, when you have that girl, is so much better than chasing after girls who don't really like you, because it's not a good use of your time, it's not a good use of your money, and it's just not something that you want to do. It's bad for your soul. So wait for the right girl. Choose a woman who chooses you. Anyways, bro, if you found this video helped you, be sure to click the like and subscribe button, and also turn on the post notifications so you can see more videos like these. I'll see you for the next video, bro.